so you know, this is going to be a bit of a difficult live stream. Or I should say, live from a fucked up live stream. It's Kevin's Camping Adventure. All right. No intro music. Sorry. But, yeah. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to my channel. I'm camping. Ish. Can I say ish? To the highest degree. It's raining out. I was supposed to be in my tent, but tarp over it. You'll see that when I post my bullshit. We'll see who comes on. Oh, and I apologize ahead of time if it's glitchy, because I'm in an area where service is spotty. I don't know what it. Oh wait, no, there's no other premieres tonight, as far as I know. What time do I have? I'm the very good one. I need to be for me, bungle. Bungolio. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's more like. I'm the great good Holly. I need to be for me, bungle. Bungolio. Yeah. Shut up, buddy. Bivs, you're a dumbass. I'm a dumbass for trying to camp out in the rain, but I know nothing about my tent. Maybe I should send it back and tell the company to get bent. I don't know. Maybe my other tent would have been a better idea. But it's chilly out. Warm in here. Granted, all the windows are foggy. Foggy like a froggy. It would be nice if Metro PD came through here right now and asked what the hell is going on, shit going, everything. And maybe I get the go ahead to go sleep in that place. Because lo and behold, I did bring my hammock. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if my fucking tent's all soaking wet inside. No, it's another impromptu. Glad my feet aren't cold anymore. Makes life a little bit easier. It means I won't be cold and pissed off. See, for me to post say, hey, I'm gonna do it live today. This camp would have been not so easy. Hey, Jenny, what's going on? How you doing? Somebody shows up. It's weird. I'm gonna apologize. Not now, because service is spotty. I'm just like, I'm forced to camp in my car. Well, I'm just gonna say that. I'm in my car. I'm forced to camp in here because um, everything got all screwed up. I appreciate it. I appreciate anybody that pops by, whether they reply or not. As you can hear, it's actually getting more. When I post the video of this camp, I'm not stealth camping. Because I'm a co-leader with a Girl Scout troop, I can, I'm able to camp out, uh, so nobody has an issue with me. Even though the other leaders said it's a big to do with the building that the girls are camping in, but I will not camp in the same building as the girls. I'll just put that out there, plain and simple. I've mentioned it on camp trip videos like this before. My last one was when I did something like this. It was the tower challenge. Yeah, the tower challenge was the one where I was actually in a building, which was making it nice. It doesn't look like Metro PD is going to roll through tonight because I would, because I did bring my hammock. It's here in my car. But yeah, I don't feel like. I think if I would have been in my tent before the rain came through, I wouldn't have too much of a problem. But because everything happened after, it just kind of like screwed me up. No, I'm not driving until tomorrow. But nobody knows that. Yeah, and in the in the grand scheme of green lights, you know, I've posted. Yeah, but I've never actually camped in the rain in a tent. That's the only downfall. And the temperature dropped out in the outside almost 10 degrees within hours. So that's the other thing that kind of sucks. And my hoodie is soaking wet. My tent is soaking wet. My tarp is soaking wet. And just kind of like, I was just outside little bit ago and anchored down my tarp because it's on. I have it draped over a picnic table, and I don't need it to fly away because I don't have the money to do anything more. Unless I get the cheap blue tent, or the green tent, green and brown. But that thing's heavy as those things are heavy. It's fun because I go out hiking and like I'm hiking with a 45-pound pack, and I've seen videos of these guys or women with these ultralights. Yeah, I just wish I could get a camp to go the way I want it to, or the way I plan. For example, in July no, I have like 3 or 4 days come. I have 3 or 4 days, that 3 nights and 4 days, and I'm just dragging my feet on if I want to do a state park for the one day, but I'm too cheap to spend the money. Although my wife says go ahead and do it because I don't spend the money and I don't do it. Or if I just want to try and do stealth camps the whole weekend or that 3 days. So, yeah, I'm undecided about a lot of it. And the other thing is I want to try and go as cheap as possible. Um, like I've been experimenting, kind of, sort of, with different types of meals I could do with the lowest amount of money. And I know ramen is a good choice, but the problem with ramen is that um, unless you can get like a tuna packet that's a good flavor with the protein, sometimes it can just be a pain in the ass to do it. But I am hoping that I can find like those like vegetable stands, like people selling vegetables or fruits and their property right at the end of their street or something like that. That would be fun. That would make it a little bit more interesting. But what would make it more interesting is if I could get more funds to do shit like that. You know. Yeah, well, according to what I've read, I am naturally an overthinker. Uh, let's see. I had my car on earlier. Shit. I need to get my glasses to see what the temperature is. I need cheaters nowadays. Right now, my car is approximately 70 degrees. Thanks, Jenny. I love your animals when I can catch them. Uh, I see a lot of animals at my house. Oh, something funny, and it made me think of you. I had two squirrels walking along the edge of my living room, and they were just, and the first one came up and just kind of was like, just one of those things. Yeah, thank you. Low budget production studio is the place where I do all my testing. Uh, Tonight would have been the best test for my tent, but you know, again, you know how that goes. As they say, shit happens. Uh, who do we go? Who else do we have on the line here? Kohler, state your name. According to my phone, I have somebody else on the line, but they wish not to acknowledge. Even with a thumbs up, so I can see who you are. No? Okay. It's funny, with the Girl Scouts, we went to the Girl Scouts of America camp. They worked on their archery, and the girls that showed up, I'm very proud of them. One of them's not in. um, what was it? One of the troop leaders' daughters is in a lower branch of the Girl Scouts. I think she's like a brownie. But anyway, I'm still new to the whole Girl Scout thing. It's fun though. I love being a part of it. And today was archery badge day, and I got myself involved in it just for giggles, just to see. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. The one thing that I never regret and never will ever regret, because I have two kids, My son, he just graduated, and even thinking about it sometimes, it makes me emotional. I'm proud of him. Whatever time we spend with each other is awesome to me. Uh, but my daughter, she's still in middle school. I think this is her third year in the Girl Scouts, and this is we're going on our no, we're going on our third year, and this will be my second year being a co-leader. Um, Being involved with stuff like this is, I guess you could say, a dream come true. Stuff that I never had that I can give. Uh, my knowledge of camping, hiking, survival, anything needed is just phenomenal to me. I, I don't know. It's shit that I never had when I was growing up, or never did when I was growing up. On the for the long term, my mom and I were. My mom was a single parent for 4 years, and I had to be the other adult at a young age. So yeah, that was hard. Um, I did a camp out with the Boy Scouts, but never stuck with it because uh, um, there was a fee involved, and my mom couldn't afford it at the time. So whatever. Anyway, um, but doing what I do now with my kids, for my kids, um, shit, I'd never change it. I would not change it for the world. Anyway, what's up? Ah, oh shit, my bad. Oh damn, dude. Happy. Best of luck to your wife. Hit me up later. Let me know how she's doing. I get it. You know, you got family in the hospital. It's never a good thing. But thanks for coming in. Tell your wife I say well wishes. You know, maybe she needs to get out stealth camping with you. That might help. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, yeah, having a family member in the hospital sucks ass. Cause my grandmother was just in the hospital for a surgery. I, unfortunately, because of life, I didn't find out exactly what they had to do. Oh, Mark, and oh yeah, and Mark, don't worry, I'm safe out here. Um, I'm at the Girl Scout camp. Tell her she can do it. Anyway, I do a lot of movie references a lot of times in my life. That's the only thing that's ever gotten me by is TV and movies. Now that I'm drying off. Oh, now I feel bad because I was calling you out, man, dude. Shit, I saw somebody else. Mrs. McHappy Camper. Make sure she can hear this part, Mark. Okay, Mrs. McHappy Camper. I'm trying. Uh, I can only do the best that I can with what I have to work with. I do the Girl Scout camp twice a year, so I don't care. It's it, again, it's a joy. Uh, Mrs. McHappy Camper, you have a loving husband. He is there for you. Um, he is, from what I can tell, a very good man. And yes, he is there in the hospital with you, not just because he has to, but because he absolutely loves you. All right, I'll get off that soapbox. Um, and you need to let him get out and do more camping, okay? This is my happy camper. No, I'm kidding. Uh, yeah, things in life don't always work out the way anybody would want them to be. Whether it be camping, um, whether it be things in general I've learned over the years. But most of the things, ah, rock on, bro. Rock on. Um, a lot of things that I've learned, and I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm only 46. Some stuff it took me a long time to actually realize, because medically it affected me when stress actually did some really bad things to me physically, and once I stopped that stress or stressing about it, it actually helped me. But the other thing is that certain stressors actually drive me more. I don't know if that's if that's certain stressors drive me more, or if, um, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. It's weird. Um, yeah, because my full time job is I work for a retirement community. My part time job is as a firefighter EMT. Um, but certain stressors will draw adrenaline. Other stressors don't. But what I've always told my family is, if I'm not stressed, you shouldn't be stressed. And my kids really have taken to that. For example, if there's like a huge storm rolling in, um, and like the sirens go off or whatever, I can see it in their eyes that they're kind of sort of freaking out. But I look at them and tell them, if I'm not stressing, you shouldn't be stressing. If I'm not worried, you shouldn't be worried. I'm hoping that my kids take that into account in life and carry that on, because it's kind of like something that I really never had. Sorry, I'm getting all personal here. Uh, wasn't my agenda. I was trying to see if more people would come with more answers. But thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Mark, for showing up. Again, well wishes, and I hope your wife gets better soon. In the hospital for whatever is never a good thing. Um, so yeah, well, hmm. But I've always looked at life as I'm better off than some, but not as not as good as others, I guess. But in the same sense, I'm comfortable where I'm at, and I know how to survive. Because there are a lot of people in this world that don't know how to survive. They think they need to have A, B, and C. The problem is when E, F, and G come into play. what you do, you create your own H, I, and J. Oh, crap. You know, my therapist, so kind of somewhat, he doesn't quite say the same thing, but he notices that, like, I try to mitigate the amount of stress that I might obtain and focus it on other things. For example, um, my last live stream, I did a total of almost 7 miles with about 45. I say a max of about 45-pound pack, purposely. Um, and it was kind of like my de-stressor. Going out, doing what I like to do, whether it's for an ulterior motive or whether it's for something else. Um, Actually, I did that because if I wanted to see if I could do up here in Michigan the Manistee Loop, River Loop. It's a total of I think it's a 20-mile loop that goes 10 miles across the east, or it's 10 miles on the east side of the Manistee River and then 10 miles on the west side. And the west side is part of the North Country Trail, which I would love to do the Triple Crown, but the North Country Trail is the ultimate in my opinion because it's almost 5 to 6 thousand miles, going across from Western New York to Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan's Lower Peninsula, Upper Peninsula, Wisconsin, South Dakota, and I believe Montana. It's almost 6,000 miles. North Country only. That would be the ultimate yes. I've done a lot of studies. I've done a lot of reading. Most people are concerned with the what they call the Triple Crown, which is the Pacific Crest Trail, the Continental Divide Trail, and the Appalachian Trail. Not the lap. A lot of people see those as the biggest, as the mainstay trails. Oh, sinus infection. Ooh, vertigo. Ouch. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they've put her on an IV with broad spectrum of antibiotics. Anyway, um, yeah, um, the NCT is one of, like I said, the longest of the three trails. And the problem is, and I wish there were more people that would actually even attempt it. It's so cool. Uh, in the sense, the lockdown um, is when I got into camping and hiking and survival. My my pack is almost 50 pounds, give or take. but I know I could probably do okay with it. But anyway, and I figured that most of these trails, for example, there's a trail at a state park. Yeah, it would be an epic trip. There is a state park where it's a rustic trail or a rustic camp, either tent or hammock, but it's an 8 mile hike into the camp and an 8 mile hike out to the parking area. And I've really been, for the last year and a half, I've been thinking about doing that. Just, you know, because I don't, two things. One, if I do a camp, I want to be able to, I want to in whatever elements there are. I need to push myself. I feel I have to push myself. And two, I want somebody to drive me to a location, either my wife or my son, and I have to make it back and sleep overnight in whatever conditions. The other thing is I'm the type of person that will not sleep at night and just hike all the way home, no matter the distance. If I get dropped off at 5, 6 p.m., just at dusk, I'm the type of person that will hike all the way home and make it back, you know, in the middle of the night and sleep somewhere not in the house. And it kind of it's like a double-edged sword. I could do it. I know I could do it, but I would need to be put further and further away from my own home in order to accomplish that goal. I figure I can hike approximately 3 miles an hour on average, even with a 45-pound pack. Somebody would have to drive me an hour away in order for this to be accomplished. Whether I have a family member that would do that, possibly. Anyway, and the problem is I'm also known as the human road map because I look at way too many maps. Like we have in Michigan. Here, is it this one that I want? Anyway, if this is Michigan, there is an old railroad track that goes from here. I think it's from here to here, and it's 270, almost 300 miles ish. Well, I'm approximately right. Hold on, give me a second. I'm about right here ish, maybe a little bit further south. I could make it back to here in it by myself, um, in about 24 to 36 hours by myself. Just because I know there's that railroad track that's 3 miles east of me, and it cuts through all the way down. I've done, yeah, 3 miles an hour without a pack, 3 miles an hour with a pack. That's a lot of mileage to cover. Jenny, don't feel bad. There are a lot of people that can. The other thing is when I was my son's age, I was in a car driving around. Two, um, I I had people to tell me to remember landmarks, whether they change or not. Remember the area. And two, when I cleaned carpet for 17 years, I drove everywhere from here all the way down to here, or, Toledo, all the way. Oh, and actually, I've gone up to Ludington, to here, which would be about China Township, which where I'm at now, I'm not too far from China Township. Um, maybe 30 minutes away. And I know somebody that lives 15 minutes away that I could go see. Yeah, I know roads all too well. I know areas all too well. Like, anyway. So, with that being said, it's been almost 40 minutes. Anybody that's watching, I'd like to thank you for checking this out. Um, Gregory. That is from my house. I believe that is northwest of where I live. I believe. Because next month I'm supposed to get with Lower Michigan, and he and I are supposed to do a collab. We'll see. I know he's currently in the hospital for something because he's on broad spectrum antibiotics. I wish him well as well. Uh, and as we get to the end of this, gosh, I cannot believe. Anyway, all right, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for this impromptu. I never when I'm going to do a live. It's just a spur of the moment type deal. Planning for me for something like this is out of the ordinary. All right. Jenny, Mark, whomever else showed up, thanks. I'm going to let y'all go. Peace.